Hey guys, Jonathan with FNP Wargamers. Today we're going to do another episode of 5-Ups. Today I want to talk about complaining. Many Wargamers, they asked something on their Facebook. They said, hey, do you guys think the Necron Codex is overpowered? Well, I started reading through all the comments, and there were so many comments that were just complaining or saying that's been nerfed, or there's so many complaints that it was beyond me. I play Necrons. And I actually ran the codex, and I really enjoyed it. To be honest, there's some things that got nerfed. There's some things that got bumped up. Points got reduced. Everything else. I think GW has been on the path of the new codexes with making them a little bit more balanced. People are talking about, oh, they're going to be, I have to buy all new models, or I have to do this for the meta. No one says you have to do the meta. I mean, we're getting away from, I think, what the game's really about. Everyone seems to forget that there's tournament players who are going to play at win at all costs. They're going to have the heaviest list. Of course, this is a tournament. What do you expect? And then we have people who play for fun. And beyond me, if you don't like the hobby, no one's making you buy models. If you don't like the meta, you don't have to buy new models. Why don't you just keep what you have and just have fun with it? At the end of the day, people tend to forget that the game's meant to be fun, and Games Workshop in itself is a company. It's not your friend. They're not your pal. They're a corporation that needs to make money, and they make money from you guys. You are their target audience, people who play GW stuff, and that's just the fact of the matter. The prices go up because they need to make more money, or whatever the case. GW has to make money, and that's just the bottom line. And I think people just forget that you just go to your FLGS, your home, your basement, wherever the heck you play. What I'd recommend is if you ever lose touch with the game's about, get a couple beers with a good friend, build lists together, and roll some dice. Simple as that. I know a lot of FLGSs. I've moved to a few states, and I've been to quite a few, and a lot of their customers tend to complain. When you have a store that has 60% of GW product up on their wall, 80% of GW product, and you come in there and you bash GW, I mean, eventually the store owner is, not going to want you in there, because complaining is like a plague. No go plague. No, just playing. But it's like a plague where, your negativity spreads and makes other people negative when they didn't even want to be. I've fallen victim to that. People complaining, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's terrible. But then I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh no, it's not. Why am I doing that? It's just because you're a crowd. It's, friend told me, he said, a mob mentality. One person starts kicking a guy on the ground. Everyone's just, oh, well, let's start kicking him for no reason. And no one really knows why they're kicking the guy, but everyone's kicking that one guy that they're beating up. But, I love the game. I make videos about it. I don't make money on this. I work a full-time job. I have to balance. I also go to school, as well as I gotta balance painting, filming, playing the game. I play games that aren't filmed, that just are for fun. And it's just I like the game a lot. It's one of the few games that last anymore that require you to be with another human being. Most games, any video games or anything else, computer games, I mean, you're playing with your friends, but it's all online. And you're using some kind of, you could talk to them, but it's not the same thing as being in the same room with that same friend, It's, I think we're getting away from that as technology progresses. And, I mean, it's not necessarily too bad, but it's a dying thing, and GW still has it where you have to have a friend and you play on a 6x4. You gotta have pretty decent sized game room or whatever. I've seen games that have been played with oatmeal cans and whatever things they had lying around the house as terrain. You know, those are old good times on a 6x4 piece of plywood. So, you know, don't forget what the game's about, guys. You know, it's just meant to be fun, and you know, just have a good time with friends. Stop complaining. Keep complaining yourself. If you want to complain, you know, no one's forcing you to play the game. No one's forcing you to do the meta. You don't have to do the meta. Just keep what you have and play it. So, that's my 2 cents, guys. You can take whatever you want. You know, I'll keep coming out with the battle reports. You know, feedback's been great. And that's it, guys. So, take care. Thanks.